This is Bill Armstrong Stadium, home of the event that many call the greatest college weekend in America, the Little 500. A bike race where teams of 4 race 200 laps around the cinder track to become the year's champion. 10 years after the start of the Little 500, in 1962, Phi Kappa Psi won, inspiring then Slavic Studies major Steve Tesich to write a screenplay about his team.
He based the main character, Dave Stoller, on his teammate Dave Blase, who biked 138 of the 200 laps. We were lucky enough to get to interview Mr. Blase, who gave us some insight into the making of the classic film Breaking Away.
Steve Tesich wrote, I had heard that he had written some kind of a script or play about me, and I didn't really know anything about it, but come to find out, he had written a screenplay about me called Eagle of Naptown. And when they went to 20th Century Fox to get that produced, they wanted them to make changes in the script. And instead of working on it, he sort of set it over on the shelf and started working on another screenplay. And he started on this thing he called Cutters, which had to do not with bikes. It didn't have anything to do with me or the bike race, but it was a drama about a laboring class of people working in stone quarries, like in areas like Bloomington, Bedford, or whatever, and a leisure, wealthier class of people, and the conflicts that arose.
One of the main locations in the film are the limestone quarries. Limestone is the cornerstone, no pun intended, of Bloomington. Most of the buildings at IU are made of it, and it was one of the state's biggest exports for decades. Locals were known in the film as cutters because they worked as limestone cutters. Steve Tesich was inspired by the blue-collar workers to make a movie called Cutters, but 20th Century Studios said it needed work before they could fund it. He wanted to show the working-class side of Bloomington in Breaking Away, rather than just the university. For a long time, the quarries were for the cutters and their families only. Students didn't know they existed. For the boys in the movie, the quarry was their only way to escape the students and their families. There is no pressure to get a job, go to school, or live up to anyone's expectations. This scene is used to show that Bloomington is more than just a college town, and that the stories of people who live here, full-time, are just as important as the story of a college student.
Peter Yates, who had read his scripts, both of which he read, and he said, Steve, I think if you will take Eagle of Naptown and Cutters and combine them in some way, I think you will satisfy the critics at the studio. And so that's what he did. And he took Eagle of Naptown and the main character in that, which was me, and wove it into this story with the other things that went on in the other story. And that became the working script for what was called Bambino. And then as they progressed through the production of the movie, they changed it to Breaking Away. And so anyway, that's how that came into being.
After the movie came out, it was a rite of passage for IU students to recreate scenes from the movie and jump into the quarries they used for the film. The problem with this was that the neighborhoods were being built around the quarries. One Bloomington resident said there would be 300 people at the quarry on a given weekend, and this influx of people, combined with alcohol, in an area made completely out of rocks, is a recipe for injury. Some people have died recreating scenes from Breaking Away, according to Bloomington journalist George Hale. These loud parties and injuries led the neighborhood residents to talk to the city. Today, the quarry from the movie has been filled in, and most quarries in Bloomington are private property, so swimming isn't allowed. But Bloomington teens still manage to find their way in and create their own Breaking Away-inspired moments.
Little 500 is still the biggest weekend at Indiana University. Students party from Monday to Saturday, flocking to Bill Armstrong Stadium and participating in choreographed chants to cheer on their favorite teams. The entire town buzzes with energy for an entire week, from students, professors, and alumni alike. It is an unofficial holiday where the school stops and the celebrations begin. 5 years after Breaking Away was released in 1984, a real-life Cutters team was created, inspired by the film. They were the highest winning team in Little 500 history, totaling 15 wins. Their latest win was in 2023, the 72nd Little 500.
What will it be? The checkered flag is ready. History, 15. A sprint to the finish and cutters adds further daylight.
The team is still made up of men from Bloomington, though most of them attend the university now.
The filmmakers of Breaking Away didn't expect the audience outside of Bloomington to receive the movie as well as they did. Made with a budget of only $2 million, Breaking Away grossed $20 million nationwide and was placed on New York Times' Best 1,000 Movies Ever list. Vogue magazine said Breaking Away is as exciting as any Olympic footage. Its screenwriter, Steve Tessich, won the 1980 Academy Award and Writers Guild of America Award for Best Original Screenplay.
The winner is Steve Tessich for Breaking Away.
Where's Sam? I need Sam up here. God. There's absolutely nothing I love as much as writing. To get an award for doing something you love, it seems like a luxury I never expected.
We were also lucky enough to get an interview with the Delta Gamma bike team, the third place finishers at the 2024 36th Women's Little 500.
I'm Kayla Zimmerman, and I race for Delta Gamma.
I'm Bridget Fow, and I race for Delta Gamma.
My name is Becca Ronning, and I'm on the Delta Gamma cycling team.
And I'm Kate Burnett, and I'm also on Delta Gamma cycling.
I'm Martha Wyrick, and I'm on DG cycling.
I'm Shannon Kerr, and I'm on Delta Gamma cycling.
Have you ever seen the movie Breaking Away?
Yeah.
Yes. We both have.
Yes.
Yeah. Also my coach.
When did you see the movie for the first time?
I think I saw it before I came to IU, or maybe it was right after I rushed DG. My mom came here for grad school, and then she was geeking out over the fact of I might join Little 500, and so she made me watch it.
My first time was actually with the team. We did it a few months ago, and they were like, I can't believe you haven't seen this yet.
My first time was this year, actually, as a senior in the fall.
I think I've seen it twice. I think I watched it freshman year and then just this past fall.
Yeah. My dad had gone to Purdue. Both my parents are Purdue alumni, and when I got into IU, he was like, there's two things you need to know about IU before going there, and that's Bob Knight, and then you have to watch Breaking Away. So we did our research on both, and that's my first time watching it.
I think the first time I watched it was the summer of last year. My mom was like, have you ever seen it? And I said no, and she said, well, you're on the bike team. I feel like you should have seen it.
Did you know what the Little 500 was before you watched Breaking Away?
No. We're both out of state, so it wasn't really a thing.
Yes, because I only watched it because I had joined the team. Yeah.
Watching the movie was actually first encounterance with Little 500 and the race at the university, so that educated me.
Yeah, I had no clue until I think you pitched the idea to the new member class about joining bike team. I had no clue what the Little 5 was.
Did the movie inspire you to join the Delta Gamma bike team?
I think it definitely made me more excited to see how big of a deal it was, and I don't know, just the whole campus as a whole comes together, Greek teams and non-Greek teams, and it's just 2 days on a weekend, and the whole week everything is centered around the bike race.
I was actually I was already on the team when I had watched it for the first time, but it definitely just got me really excited. We were all amped up. We were like, oh, let's go ride now.
Let's see. I was always on a team in high school, and then when I got word of it, joining DG or going through recruitment, I was like, yeah, I want to try something new. And then you just push yourself to try something new, and then you stick with it, and you don't quit. And then you're here 4 years later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It definitely gave me context for what the event was, and kind of what Bloomington entailed, I guess. But the first contact I had with joining Little 500 was my sorority. And again, I pitched the idea to Marty, but somebody pitched the idea to me, and that's what got me going.
Has the movie impacted the way you train for the race or you see the race?
I think it definitely shaped the way I started viewing the race, just because I had no idea what the Little 500 was, and then kind of educated me slightly. And so then like I said earlier, it got me more excited about it.
Yeah, I think it definitely kind of helped viewed my attitude or my morale about the race. It definitely amped me up.
Probably not the way we train, but definitely the way we view the race. I think knowing how historic Little 5 is and the lore of the cutters and the Corys, it definitely just contributes to the vibes of
it's just really iconic.
Yeah, when you're bogged down in the training, you can at least remember that what you're doing is cool to other people
It
and
is cool,
iconic.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say though that it serves as a good hype video. Something to kind of be okay, it's something, Little 5 is something to get excited about, something to enjoy, and it's been enjoyed for years, which is just kind of cool. It adds to it.
Bikesmith's Bike Shop, the shop that supplied the bikes for the film, still has Dave Stoller's jersey from the movie encased on the wall. It's a symbol for how much the movie has impacted the culture of the Little 500 here at IU.
Over the years, Breaking Away has maintained its status as a beloved classic, with many considering it one of the greatest sports films ever made. Its themes of friendship, identity, and the pursuit of dreams continue to resonate with audiences of all ages, ensuring its enduring legacy in cinema. The film rightfully honors the title of the best college weekend in America.
Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamores for me. The new moon haze sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana home. Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining brightly through the sycamores for me. The new moon haze sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the